Hi, this is Jaya. In this video, we shall see the summary of In India, a poem by Nissim Ezekiel. This poem is written in free verse and Ezekiel draws on his personal experiences, but he writes as someone who was born in India but often has felt like an outsider. And this poem is divided into four parts, and each part of the poem gives us a picture of some aspect of Indian life. The poem captures the chaotic beauty of Indian cities along with their noise, crowds, poverty, festivals, traditions, and contradictions. Ezekiel does not romanticize India, but he portrays it as honestly with a tone that is both humorous as well as critical. And through sharp images, he highlights the struggles, confusion, and energy of Indian society, exploring themes of identity, belonging, and cultural complexity. Each time the sun rises over India, its first gaze falls on beggars and street vendors, on people sleeping along the pavements, and on those surviving in shanties and unclean surroundings. So he says the day starts in India like this. And it witnesses both men and deities whose spirits seem lifeless, symbolizing a numbness to human suffering. So, this is what you actually see in India. So, what you see, he portrays here. And here one encounters charred mothers, frightened unmarried girls, and animals subject to cruelty and oppression. Pain dominates the landscape, that is all over India, and suffering appears everywhere at every moment. The young Roman Catholic boys, the Anglo Indian lads with their powdered faces, and the robust Muslim boys all were earnest in offering their prayers. Though they indulged in many misdeeds like imitating others, bullying, stealing without hesitation, bragging about their romances, and creating every kind of trouble, they never failed to perform their prayers with devotion. The Anglo Indian boys sought enjoyment in the company of high heeled girls who seemed almost like playthings, openly confessing the misdeeds they shared with them. Yet, when the moment for prayer arrived, they rushed through it with haste. The Anglo Indian men, meanwhile, drank whiskey in a hidden Jewish tavern, a place where Muslims too would slip in for a drink either before or after their prayers. New Year's Eve is celebrated here with remarkable excitement, drawing people of all ages into the festivities. Women take part as well, some with their breast partly uncovered. Ezekiel, with his 23 companions, come from six different nations. The Indian wives remain apart from this festive revelry. They keep themselves removed from it, neither drinking nor engaging in conversation or affection. The men, however, relax into the atmosphere, relishing the gathering much like the foreigners do. They take to light flirtation with enthusiasm. Ezekiel too joins in eagerly and with discreet cleverness allows himself a polite press of a thigh or two. In the end, the gathering is hailed as a resounding success. Someone in the group remarks that he cannot take any pleasure in the celebration. In his view, the party's atmosphere is corrupting, and gesturing towards the wives, he adds that they seem bored and detached from all the revelry. They appear almost lifeless, as if carved from wood, because none of this appeals to them. Ezekiel then leads him outside into the open air, hoping the fresh surroundings will revive his spirits. And Indian woman murmured something to herself while seated at a table across from her English employer. She soon made a quiet vow, and afterwards the two of them would spend long evenings together in the spacious apartment, sharing cold beer and listening to Western music. Their conversation flowed easily from art and literature to the changes they believed India needed. They met again in the same large apartment, drinking beer and listening to music as before. But this time, after it all, she was discovered sitting there in a disheveled, unsettled state. There had clearly been a tense confrontation between the Indian women and the English employer. It is implied that the man may have attempted to assault her, but she managed to pull herself away from him. Her blouse could no longer be worn, and that the boss handed her a safety pin, which is a hint at a physical struggle. Now let's read the poem. Always in the sun's eye, that is, as soon as the sun rises, Here among the beggars, hawkers, payment sleepers, hut-meant dwellers, slums, dead souls of men and gods. Burnt out matters, frightened virgins, wasted child, all in noisy silence, and tortured animals suffering the place and time. I ride my elephant of thought, a zane slung around my neck. So, this is what you see early in the morning itself in the city. The Roman Catholic go on boys, the whitewashed Anglo Indian boys, the muscle bound Islamic boys were earnest in their prayers. They copied, bullied, stole in pairs, they bragged about their love affairs, they carved the table, broke the chair, but never missed their prayers. The Roman Catholic go on boys confess their solitary joys, confess their games with high heeled toys. Here, the high heeled toys means the girls who wore high heeled shoes and hasten to the prayers. The Anglo Indian men drank whiskey in some Jewish den, with Muslims slowly creeping in before or after prayers. To celebrate the year's end, men in grey or black, women bosom semi bare. 23 of us in all, 6 nations represented. So he says, they were about 23 people. And they were people who represented 6 different nations. The wives of India sit, they do not drink, they do not talk, of course, they do not kiss. The men are quite at home among the foreign styles. What fun the flirting is! I myself decorously press a thigh or two in sly innocence. The party is a great success. Then someone says, we can't enjoy it. Somehow, don't you think? The atmosphere corrupt, and look at our wooden wives. I take him out to get some air. This she said to herself as she sat at table with the English boss. Is it? This is the promise. The long evenings in the large apartment with cold beer and western music. Lucid talk of art and literature and of all the changes India needs. At the second meeting in the large apartment after cold beer and the music on, she sat in disarray. The struggle had been hard and not altogether successful. Certainly the blouse would not be used again, but with true British courtesy, he lent her a safety pin before she took the elevator down. And here ends the poem. If you have anything more to add on to what I've said, please write it in the comment box. Hype the video, like the video, share it with your friends, and if you have not subscribed my channel, please subscribe and support. Thank you.